There are things you can be doing right now to make sure that you're not overpaying in taxes. My name is Paul Vasquez with Tax Lab, and you need to become an ethical millionaire. So, a part of being well off financially is not overspending on things you don't need to spend. The biggest thing that a lot of people have to spend money on are your taxes. But you don't need to spend more than you legally have to. So there are things you could be doing right now before the end of 2025 to make sure that you don't pay too much in taxes. One of the most simple things you can do is double check to make sure that they're withholding enough in taxes, because you may not be aware, but taxes are a pay-as-you-earn type of system. Usually, if you have a W-2, they're taking it out as you earn it and sending it into the IRS. But sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes it's too much. So your income is from all sources. Taxable income is from all sources, not just that W-2 income. So if you've been doing some other things on the side, maybe some Ubering or some DoorDashing, or you have a side gig or a little side business, all that's going to add together. Maybe you even you've started investing and short-term capital gains. So if you just started investing and you're getting dividends or you're making some money on the stock market, if you haven't held that stock for more than a year, or then any gains you have on that, any gains that come through are going to be taxed at the regular income rate. When you put all that together, you have to ask yourself, are they withholding too much or too little? You can begin to take a look at that. You have tax brackets based on whether you're single or married, filing jointly, not tax brackets per se, but you have your standard deduction for those in different categories, and then tax brackets on top of that. It can get a little complicated, but take a look at your last year's tax return. If it's similar to last year, of course, your standard deduction is going up from year to year. So you can do a back-end kind of envelope thing, a little napkin type calculation, just to make sure, number one, that you're paying enough in. Because if you don't pay enough, you could be penalized for not paying enough in. So it's not that you intended to not pay what you're supposed to, but it just didn't calculate because your work doesn't know all your sources of income. You may not have put that on your W-4, even though you can, but once again, who knows what this year is going to hold when you start, right? You don't know at the beginning of 2026 what the end of 2026 is going to look like as far as your income goes. So before the end of 2025, now's the time to take a look and say, where am I doing the right things? Am I doing the smart things to make sure that I'm not overpaying in taxes? Because you have time. You have time until the end of the year to make some changes. Let's be smart about it. Let's not overpay in taxes. I mean, it's no skin off me if you do overpay. In fact, if the government needs money, let's get it from those people who don't care enough to double check on what's going on with their tax situation, and not all of us who care about not overpaying taxes when we don't need to. Save yourself a little money. Make sure you're putting enough in before the end of the year. You can always make estimated payments ahead of time. You can put in your last estimated payment for 2025. I believe it's January 15th. So keep an eye on those deadlines as well. I wish you guys all the success. If you want some help, a customized review of your tax situation to make sure that you're taking advantage of everything that's changed in the One Big Beautiful Bill, go to lab.tax, and right there at the top, you can see it says free 15-minute introductory phone call, where we can see if our year-end review is right for you. I wish you guys all the success. All right, bye.